Hello, mis amores. Today I'm going to be filming a YouTube video of how I do my eyebrows. Excuse me. My hair looks a mess. I've had a long day. But anyways, basically, this is just how I personally do my eyebrows. I know there's going to be people who opinionate of how I do my eyebrows, but this is specifically how I do my eyebrows. Everyone has different eyebrows. Everyone has different eyebrow techniques that they use for their selves. So just keep on watching if you want to see how I personally do my eyebrows. Okay, so basically what I use and what I've been using for years, and that is the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyebrow pomade in the shade medium brown. So the first thing that I will obviously be doing is using my spoolie to spoolie up my eyebrows, and that brush is the Anastasia eyebrow brush. I've definitely been using this for years. I definitely need to get a new one, but these two are definitely my holy grails. So yeah, I'm gonna try as much as I can not to look as down so you guys can see what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna be spooling these brows up. So the first thing that I do is I start off with the tail, and I don't overline my brows at all. I just go over the natural shape of them, and I like to make the tail longer because I literally have no tail, as you guys can see, and I'm sorry for the lighting. And literally what I do is just trace with the pomade the shape of my brow, and I do go over the shape obviously to give myself that tail, to give my brow that length that it doesn't have, because I either over pluck my eyebrows or the lady that does my eyebrows messes them up. Okay, so I do go back in after that because I do like the tail to be darker, and I'm just gonna be filling that in. My eyebrows is something that I usually I can't talk. I take most of the time doing, like I take longer to do, and I just literally just trace the shape of my brow. And I know it looks harsh, but I do spoolie that up and then spoolie that down so it's not a harsh line, just so it blends in better, as you can see. And I really don't touch the beginning of my eyebrow. I really don't. I don't like it because I don't like them to look really harsh. I remember back in middle school when I did my eyebrows were like fully dark, like from here all the way to the end. Like, it was just horrific now that I look at pictures, and it was just not cute. And I'm sorry for my skin. My skin has been like really acting up, but that's basically all I do. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eyebrow and then come back and show you how I conceal my brows. So just to run through what I did, I start off with the tail of my eyebrow. I trace the way my eyebrow is, but I do extend the tail. That's the only thing that I change, just because I don't have anything. And I trace the line down here and then up here, and then I spoolie down and up so it's not a harsh line, but has that kind of ombre effect. And actually, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in this satin finish. You guys can see that in the shade medium beige. So I do put that on my hand. I take a good amount. Okay, so I do put that on my hand, as I said before, and I'll be sculpting the brows with my e.l.f. concealer brush. And boy, oh boy, I am in love with e.l.f. Like, I love how they're affordable. Start from the beginning of my eyebrow, and I do kind of extend it kind of out here, so I do have like a nice and sharp line, so I know. And I just kind of just work my way through it, sculpting the brows the way I want them to look. And basically, I'm just forming the shape of the brow. Well, not forming, just making that as perfect as I want. And then I just brush the concealer down, just like so. If you guys can see that, just brushing that concealer down, so it's not like concealer like clumped up in that one spot. If you know what I mean, ladies, if you do your eyebrows, you know what I mean. Just brushing that down. And then what I'll do is I'll take the concealer that I have over here that's extra, and I'll just start brushing that up. And that will really help you a bit with the ombre look. It will kind of like give you like a cleaner line in this area. You guys can see that. And obviously, instead of doing concealer over here at the top, I use my foundation, or else it'll just look just very weird and highlighted around my eyebrows. I can't talk today. So I use my foundation, so that's what I'm going to be doing next. But before I even do that, I will be taking my Flawless Concealer brush by e.l.f. Of course, I blend that color in so it's not that harsh, and even though I do still do this step, I always go in with my beauty blender, so it's more of more blended out, because we don't want to have that concealer in, especially if you're not going to be wearing eyeshadow. You want that to be really blended in into your skin. So I always do the extra step and go over it with my beauty blender, and I'm just brushing that up, trying to make that look like my own skin. And then I do take my e.l.f. brush, and I'm just going to be patting that in a little bit so it looks very natural, like skin. As you can see, that looks very smooth in comparison to this side. It looks very smooth, and that's what you want. You don't want any hairbrush strokes from your brush. You don't want that. So you just dab that in and make sure that's very smooth looking. And then just to make sure the top of my eyebrow is clean. I don't have to do this necessarily all the time, just sometimes when I want them to look very neat and precise, I will take my foundation, which I have two favorites right now. It is my Too Faced Born This Way foundation, very dirty, very well loved, in the shade Warm Beige. And I have my Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation, and this one is just in the shade Golden Beige. So I think I'm gonna take my Wet n Wild one because I do like a matte look. And what I like about this foundation is that it has kind of like a spatula, and it kind of like I can control how much foundation I put on my skin. And I just like kind of like, not even gonna lie, kind of like go a little bit crazy, but I only like apply it to the front so I can drag it to the end of my brow. And then I'm just going to be taking the same concealer brush that I used to conceal underneath my brow, and I just, you know, do the same process just with foundation and just on the top of my brow. And so usually if I put too much, I put some on my hand, and then I'll just start concealing that, making sure it's a nice line. It's a precise line, and I do take my time on this. And I'm just gonna keep sculpting the brow. I'm looking down because that's where my mirror is, and I especially love to sculpt out, make sure the tail is well and scoped out. And then I'll just brush that up with the brush, so there's not concealer clumped up into the brow. And then of course, I'm gonna go back with my concealer brush, the fluffy one, and then I'm just gonna blend that into the skin. Just like so. If you hear like the rumbling, that's definitely my stomach. And then I'm gonna take my beauty blender again, and I'm just gonna make sure that's everything's blended out right. Yeah, so then we're just gonna take the beauty blender, the e.l.f. of course. I also love the Real Technique ones, stuff like that, because I love how smooth they are. But anyways, just like blending that in into the skin, just pushing that foundation or concealer into the skin so it looks like skin. And then I am gonna come back when my other brow is done. And then, my loves, the last thing that I do is I do take my mini size Benefit brow gel, and I only apply this at the ends of my brows, never ever ever touching the front ever, unless it's clear. But if it's not clear, I will never touch the front of the brow ever. Just placing them down so that they don't move throughout the day, so they just stay in place, just like that. Okay, mis amores, that's basically all I do for my brows. I don't have any other makeup on my face. Yeah, that's basically it. Thank you for watching. If you stayed this long, make sure you comment down below what kind of videos you want to see. Like if you like this video, and subscribe to see more of my videos. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Love you, mis amores, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye, mis amores.